This is the channel of Littleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. Get a dot to your top like the letter I. That bitch be lowercase, all of my soldiers straight. If I tell them to shoot, then they gon' shoot, and they ain't even asking which soul to take. You see Noodle and crew, then you better move, cause your team, they're about to dissipate. Get round to your top, and to your bottom, your body resemble a number 8. Noodle, pass me the gun, I'ma shoot him too. Put rounds in his chest like a hula hoop. If Doodle gon' vote, then I'm voting too. We don't keep no imposters among us, dude. I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. Said I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. This is the channel of Littleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up.
Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Bravo 6. Going dark.
This is the channel of Littleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. Get a dot to your top like the letter I. That bitch be lowercase, all of my soldiers straight. If I tell them to shoot, then they gon' shoot, and they ain't even asking which soul to take. You see Noodle and crew, then you better move, cause your team, they're about to dissipate. Get round to your top, and to your bottom, your body resemble a number 8. Noodle, pass me the gun, I'ma shoot him too. Put rounds in his chest like a hula hoop. If Doodle gon' vote, then I'm voting too. We don't keep no imposters among us, dude. I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. Said I'm loyal to my dog like he Marmaduke, and I'm taking a shot like Ciroc for you. This is the channel of Noodleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up. This is the channel of Littleton. We dropping bombs, yeah, we nuking them. Feel like a tank, how we shooting them. Sound like a movie, no cinema. This rated R, ain't no Disney Plus. Subscribe to the channel, let's run it up. Now that you here, boy, you one of us. It's a Pokemon race, how we run them up.
Target is in the main house. You have execute authority.
Hello, everybody. Welcome in YouTube, Twitch, all together, all in one. First time ever. Gonna be weird. Tubbins, welcome.
Yeah, glad to be here. We should have a good match for you guys. We got what is it, battle for 5th place. So we got King, who goes under Khan, and 4
4Cat X. Yeah.
Yeah, 4Cat X. Well, it looks like a little bit of, well, yeah, I guess it's 4Cat X, but we got a 4Cat D, we got a 4Cat X, we got one without an X or a D, so there's a lot of 4Cat things going on over here, but one odd buck, been around for a while, so shout out to him, actually. Good to see he's still playing comp, still playing with the same clan.
Yeah, he's been with them for quite a while now.
Yep.
I don't know, man. A lot of these other teams like 4CAD, Con King, let's see, what's else? JYM, Murder. I'm sure I'm missing a few, but they're like, US Can. How could I forget them? They're all big clans. They've got, multiple clans: UX Can, US Can, Con King, 4CAD, 4CAD X. So that's pretty cool to see. Pretty cool to see, actually. So let me go through here real quick. We'll take a look at the rules. They're the same that they've been throughout the entire series, with the exception of best of 9. So first to 5 wins takes it. This week's map picks are Proc, Himmels, Arctic Mines, Steps, Muros, and Ghost Town for the tiebreaker. Looks like Con has banned Mines, and 4CAD X is going to ban Himmelsdorf. So that'll give us Proc, Arctic, Steps, and Muro with a tiebreaker of Ghost Town. So pretty good maps. We seen Proc this morning, or well, not this morning, but this afternoon on the EU finals. I love Proc. I feel like I don't know. I feel like it hasn't really made its rotation in this tournament a lot, or maybe they've just not been picking it.
I haven't seen it a lot. I mean, it's a pretty even map. I think Proc is a very trading map, very comp map. So always liked it. I always felt like out of all the maps, like usually the better team usually wins on Proc. Where I feel like Mines, Cliff, Steps, even in some regards, sometimes things can just go your way, and you get wins.
Mm-hmm.
But Proc, usually you got to earn it. I feel like you got to usually earn it on Proc. Either you're going to hit it and make the right pushes at the right time or not. Proc's interesting because it's big, but it's honestly kind of like the perfect size, right? Where like the only way you really kind of stay on spot is all the way in the back. So if teams start to move up, they're able to get you out of those little holes.
Right. Give me 1 second here. I'm just going to go through and make sure. This is the first time I've done a dual stream here, so I want to make sure everything's working correctly. Because the delay has now caught up. We should be live on YouTube and Twitch here. Looks like we are. Yeah, I think everything is working, which is pretty impressive. Everybody knows I struggle sometimes. So, I'm kind of proud of myself here.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good to be proud of yourself. There ain't no better feeling than being proud of yourself.
I mean, I was really expecting an issue. I mean, we're not out of the woods yet. I don't know. I'm
Knock on wood.
Yeah, I'm trying to do. I don't think I did it right though. I was trying to do 4K for YouTube. I don't think I did that correctly. So there's a little bit of a fail.
Not a huge fail though. I mean, to be honest with you, man, 1080 is fine.
It
right?
is.
Like 4K to me. The only time I really notice 4K is like a movie, where it's like you for me, like I can see the person's face a little bit clearer. I can see like animals a little bit clearer. I don't, stupid example, but besides that, like tanks rolling around, you ain't gonna notice too much of a difference anyway.
Right.
Yeah, like you don't need 4K. It's all the same.
So, for the people that are going to watch in YouTube, you're going to have to forgive me. I have to figure out how to dock my YouTube chat next to my Twitch chat. And until I figure that out, I might be a little slow with the chat. So, yeah.
Well, I can do Twitch and you can do YouTube, or vice versa.
Either way, doesn't matter. I mean, I can get it. It's just going to take me a little bit
Well,
to
I got
figure
Twitch
it out.
up, so I'm grabbing Twitch.
These two teams should be getting some tanks picked up here. Everything's ready to rock and roll. I guess I need to pull up that match chat again just to make sure I have an eye on it. Shout out to to the teams, they did check and make sure everything was good with the stream before they got going. So that's pretty cool. We're good to go. I'm expecting a pretty good game here. I don't know, man. It's been, I think we've done 2 King or Con streams, I think, this season. I don't know that we did do a 4CAD stream, so we have seen them play. I feel like they're both really neck and neck, right? I think King.
Yeah, I mean, I think this should be close. I will say this: watch Con twice, and one time they looked a lot better than the other time.
Right.
I will say that. But that happens. So, this can be up for grabs. I think this is going to be really, really even. You can maybe say a little bit, maybe more experience to Con King. I can also say that I know for 4CAD. I remember when I played, I saw 4CAD winning some games I thought maybe they shouldn't.
Right.
And I actually went back and watched one of the games, and they had this guy called Shark Doodoo, and he was popping off. And I was expecting to see him coming in here. I felt like he was their best player. I don't know the details. Maybe he changed his name. Maybe he is there. Who knows, right? But I was looking forward to seeing him. I think he was a big player for them, and it's he's not here.
Was it Baby Shark Doo-Doo or something like that?
Yeah, Baby Shark Doodoo. But he seemed to be like, for me, when I thought of 4CAD, I was like, okay, well, if we're gonna ever play 4CAD, who are we gonna kill first? It was Shark Doodoo, right? So I feel like that's a big loss if he's not here for them. I don't know the details, whether he's in the clan, maybe he doesn't even play the game anymore. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's always a possibility. Hey, Fusions, welcome in. I did, actually, you'll hear me say it because of the delay, but I'm very impressed. You're going to be especially impressed that I did that. I don't know that I've done it right, so you might want to check it on the back end, but yeah, it's there. All right, let's see. They're getting some tanks up. I mean, we're seeing the Leopard make its return, right? It's kind of been a staple for teams in the medium lineups this season, it seems like. We got to see the Action 10 earlier today, and I liked it. Pretty standard stuff so far. I do like that Con is bringing a Sturv. I really like the Sturv on proc. I think it's really hard to beat on proc.
Played correctly, yes.
Yep. Hey, Metal, welcome in. Thanks. Yep. Everybody likes that intro music. It's my highest watched song on YouTube, actually, or it's my highest watched video.
Highest song watched.
Yeah.
I think there might be a few with a couple more views.
A few with a couple more.
Yeah, maybe. It's not bad. I'm not a big, huge rap guy either.
I have another one. Do I have that attached to my ending? I think that's on my ending. I forgot to play that earlier. We'll play that again. Yeah, I have an ending song, a beginning song. There's a couple other songs floating around out there, but we just don't play them because they're a little offensive.
Yeah, I don't know why you would make offensive songs for a channel, but hey, who am I?
I really wasn't for the channel. That's the thing. That's why they don't get used.
You don't need to explain yourself.
Looks like we're waiting on just one tank from Con here.
Yeah, we got a 260. I don't know about that one. I think that tank is just doo-doo, but I'm sure if you put gas on it, put the little upgrades on it, could probably run with some medium tanks.
Yeah, I mean, compared to other heavies, it's definitely not the one.
I feel like I haven't seen the Leopard pay off enough. I don't know what else you replace it with, but the Leopard for me just didn't seem to stand the test of really being able to impact comp. I felt like, like we saw it today on mines, they just get YOLO by batch heads done.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have the super speed, like the Leopard to me is just, it really is a good pub match tank if you have the patience to play it. But when you're playing a pub match, you're shooting at, 50 tanks, right? So You can kind of keep it singing. And we go right into it. So we got King Kong, whatever you want to call him. They got a 60 TP, IS7, 2 IS4s, Action 10. I like that. Let's see if we can make that thing work. T100 LT and a Sturb, and on the side of 4CAD, Object 260, IS7, Bat Chat, 2 Leopard 1s, T100 LT, and a Grill 15. So we'll see. We'll see what this 260's got.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be interesting.
We used to, back in the day, we used to sometimes bring 260s on like mines or something because you can really get it going, you know, where you can get down to 1. But the CS, which is banned in this tournament, really just took the 260s, whatever you were going to do with it, out of the way, you know? Like, once they added gas and everything, you can make an IS-7 go faster, etc. It was kind of just, what's the point of this thing? Because the problem with the 260 is it gets, for a heavy tank, the armor's garbage, right? I'll just tell you how it is. It's straight garbage. Like, you get pinned upper play, it don't matter, man. Like, you just get pinned.
That was a really good spot for 4CAD, getting that IS-7 lit. Now they know that, right? That's good knowledge.
I think they lit it one buck in the back, too, though. I think Fresh Dog knows there's only a leopard back there.
Yeah, but what they have to, what they're just gonna have to gamble, right? Is where the the Sturb is. I think Fresh Dog is gonna try to monkey around, right?
I like King's setup.
I do too. Yeah.
I like their setup. Like I said, I think this 260 is a bad pick for where he's playing.
I think this IS-7's playing.
Is
with
it
a little bit of
260
fire.
even? I guess that's one of the tanks that isn't banned. Right, because it's premium tank bans. Like that is a premium tank.
That's actually a good question. I'm pretty sure it's on the allowed. Yeah.
I mean, I'm
it's
sure
allowed.
they would know.
Yeah, it's allowed.
But like for me, I don't know why you would put a 260 there instead of an IS-7, but
We've lowered prices.
that's whatever.
Save 15% or more on hundreds
See how it goes.
Could be a tank problem too. Might be his only tank.
and more. Kroger, fresh.
Nah, he's been around.
You know what?
To be fair,
Job searching?
in this guy's defense, I didn't get the IS-7 for 11 years, literally 11 years. So I get it.
Oh yeah, I remember
But-
when you got that. Yeah.
Yeah, but in my defense, I was always the guy that told people what tanks to play, so I can have whatever I want,
That's true.
right?
It works to match you with great jobs.
So some blind fires coming from the hill out of 4CAD here. Not a lot of movement. It seems like they're just kind of laying it out here.
I think Kin's pretty solid here. I would say, I think if 4CAD goes down the 4 line, these IS-4s are going to have to, really battle,
Mm-hmm.
to win this for them. But I don't mind the setup. Kind of weird to see a 260 where it is, right? But King doesn't really have to do anything. 4CAD's got to make the decision. This is maybe where experience comes into play. I would say that I would lesser experienced teams at higher levels probably will have a hard time pushing. But you never know.
Right.
We always bring it up. We've been bringing it up lately, but JYM didn't have a lot of comp experience, and they whooped on guys who did
This is true.
just by pushing into them. So
This
who
is
knows?
true.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, I'm
Oh,
not
there's
a...
Snake. Finally, Snake still lives.
Yeah, welcome in.
Haven't seen Snake in a while, man. Hope all is well, Snake.
I'm not opposed to the...
And Metal. Metal used to say hi to me. Now he doesn't, so I'm still on the fence.
Right.
Say hi to Metal or not.
I'm not opposed to the attack where you kind of fill it out a little bit. They got Fresh Dog lit,
No,
got
you got
him, got a
plenty
good
of
shot
time.
at. Well, I like it. I like when they fill it out, try to get some early punish, just kind of play the clock, kind of fill it out.
The realistic thing about proc is not proc. Obviously, you can get on the cap, but most of proc, if you cap, it's like right at the end of the match, it's like a 1v1,
Mhm.
right? 2v1. Most of the time, proc is the other team dies, right? So there is no necessarily rush for that. But the more time that ticks, better it is for King. Time. Like when you play defense in this, it's the clock is an asset. It is there to help you. Just like when you play attack, the bases are there to help you, right?
Mhm.
So.
So 4CAD definitely looking to make a move here over to the 7890 line. We'll see what they kind of make happen with this. I don't know if I like it. Pushing into a Sturv that's at A0 can
They
be
don't know
deadly.
that, though. I mean, realistically, like, you're guessing. You never want to guess.
I
The
know
other thing that I'll say is that, like, if you bring a light tank, you should not be guessing. Like, you are sacrificing the DPM, the health, the armor of a light tank so he provides you not to guess. That makes sense?
It does.
So, I could see where if they didn't have a light tank and the guess was, well, the Stur's probably on
the
the
bag got
one,
lit
or he's probably
early.
at A6.
I
But
mean,
they are going into the Sturv.
I guess it's okay because King didn't have anybody at like
Well,
E6 to punish this cross. That's the action
60
10's
TP
coming.
The 60 TP doesn't make complete sense to me, right? Because he needs to be the guy hitting these shots, right? Like, the 60 TP needs to be hitting a shot right now.
Oh,
And he
golly,
does!
he hit one and the Sturv hit him at the same time. Dude lost
Nice.
almost
And who
12.
did they shoot? The Leopard. $1. Maybe it was their shout out. They knew to go for him. That's it.
I mean,
Philly cheesesteak ain't gonna be a... They're not pitting the Sturv either. The Leopard and the girl on the top are not pitting the Sturv. And they didn't even kill the IS-7. They
No,
went
I
past
mean-
him. I don't get this. Oh, Sturv ate it hard from the grill. He turned to shoot the IS-7 though, I think.
Buck goes down in the Leopard for 4
Yep.
CAD. They might be able to get this IS-7 out, but that Sturv is going to farm, man. And he is.
Not as much as he could be. He's missing some shots. But 2 Leopards for an IS-7. I think you take that. Ooh, another shot from the 60 TP. I was giving this guy a lot of flack for being there, but if he keeps hitting his shots, he's making me eat it. I'll take it back.
They do have the Sturv down to 570. He is unspotted, so they're just kind of blind firing now. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
but
pretty decent.
You have to bring the light tank to spot him. The other thing is the light tank should have been with them.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I really feel like the light tank. Oh, nice
60 PV is
shot.
hitting shots.
Nice shot. Well, the other thing is they shot the Leopards first. They went right for him. You know, I would just say bad shot, but I mean they banged out the Leopards. So
Sturv might be able to get this 260 out here. He does.
Oh, he's cooking.
I mean, you push a Sturv, it's golly, is it dangerous? Especially when he can sit up in an area where he's very hard to kill. To be fair, the grill actually got him out. Nice shot.
But every time he looks towards, towards his right, as soon as you turn, you're done. That grill tapped him twice. Like, he really should have just not tried to do the 400 damage.
4Cat really needs to get this
60 not
grill
able
to
to get
punish
out.
this IS-4 though. Like, I know he got the 60 TP, but this IS-4 is giving the 4Cat IS-7 at the back of the tracks a really hard time. This isn't over. Actually, 4Cat can win this.
I was about to say, like, 40 seconds ago, I felt like this match is over. This is up for anybody's grab. If Fresh Dog and his light tank makes a big misplay here and loses his tank, oh, yep, okay, they're gonna have to figure this out now. Irishman and McLovin in IS-4s are not the best for spotting this. The Action 10 is taking shots now down from the bottom from the IS-7. I'm not going to say that name.
Yeah.
Although it is funny.
It is.
God bless.
Yeah, I mean, Fresh Dog
okay,
staying.
here we go. This is a mistake from the IS-7. This guy should have made this Action 10 kill him instead of getting here. Now, on the plus side, Michigan Boomer does not seem to know where to go to do this. He is lost in the sauce. And to be fair, he's played enough comp where he should know this. I'm sure it's not the spot he plays, but somebody should be able to help him out. He's got to get him out here.
He should be able to get him out.
He's shooting down on him. He should have heat, too.
Oh, we got a reverse side scraping IS-7 here.
He's got to kill him to spot the light tank. I don't know why he's walking away from the fight. Nice.
IS-4 in the middle got him.
He's got to go underneath. He's still trying to do this track stuff. He's got enough time to drive forward and go around.
I mean,
he's hoping for this proxy.
he's giving out free damage for it too,
Yes.
though.
Yes. Well, That's not free. That's a way harder shot to make than you think. Irishman did not make the shot. Irishman did not make the shot.
Man, they've down to 6 seconds. Does he go unspotted? Oh my God, he missed.
I don't know if you can even hit. Oh, we got him. Nice.
Fresh dog from the hill got him.
You know, I critique Michigan Boomer, but I'm gonna say he's made the plays. He's made the plays. He did get the guy spotted. We did get the IS-7 killed. He still kept his tank. He's made the plays.
Wow, that was really again in the same day we've had another match with a clock. I think it hit 0, did it not?
Yeah.
That reset was quite literally in the
huge.
last millisecond.
Well, on the side of 4CAT, 260, like I said, garbage. The Leopards did get focused. Could have been a better push. They went past the IS-7. That needed to be a better push. Like that probably cost them the game. But on the other flip side, Irishman not able to make shots, really didn't do anything. Now him and McLovin won the one line, right? So that is what it is. Fresh dog, not a lot of damage, and a little bit critical of Michigan Boomer in the 60 TP, but they proved me wrong. The 60 TP was good. He probably could have got the cover a little bit earlier. Is what it is, but Michigan Boomer was actually made a better play than I even critiqued him on. I think him keeping his health and being able to spot the tank, letting somebody else shoot him, and do what he did, ended up working out better. The other flip side of that is if the light tank was on the other side of the cap where the proxy spot wouldn't have worked, he wouldn't have spotted him and they would have lost. So
Fresh Dog has one pin in the
either
entire
way.
game, and it was probably the most important pin in the entire game. That's insane.
yeah.
GG's to
Sometimes that's all you need.
right. I mean, he proved it.
Like we said it in a couple minutes of that match. Playing defense, the clock is an asset. It is a tool. It is your tool to use, right? So
Yeah, good
Very
little
nice.
close first round there. And the map is
Yes.
reset. Welcome to Proc in a custom lobby. They had to open the room, I'm assuming.
yeah, it's all good. But like I said,
believe
I think
that's
this
still a
match is
bug.
going to be close. That was a close one.
It really was. It could have went either way, all the way until the end.
Yeah, win every second.
I really thought 4CAT had that with those 2 misses out of that IS-4.
I thought King had it, and then I thought 4CAT had it, and then I really didn't know. Right? So, it is, but that's the kind of things you want, Like, that turned around real quick.
So I see you guys debating chat for Twitch versus YouTube. I'm going to give you an honest opinion. I don't know what it's like from a viewer standpoint, right, currently, but from a content creator standpoint, I actually like the YouTube chat more than I do the Twitch chat. It seems to have, like, more options, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Are you talking about YouTube?
Yeah, on YouTube.
I mean, but you don't get that. I mean, each is gonna have its perks.
sure.
Everything's got its cons, pros and cons. You gotta work in that. They bring out another 430. I don't know about that.
We ran a poll on YouTube for another thing. I can do polls on Twitch, but they are super simple to do on YouTube. It's kind of crazy. But either way, let's look at the poll here. We got 5 votes. 4CAD 60% and Con 40%.
Can it, like this guy Scaro? Like, is he on their roster? Is that what this is?
I mean, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm sure they keep up with the rosters.
Because I'm thinking to myself, there's no way that this guy's coming in here and trolling this, right? He's got to be on the roster.
Maybe.
I don't put anything past anybody, but I don't think so. He's always been a pretty decent dude anytime I've dealt with him.
He is on their roster.
Okay, makes sense. Not a bad player if I remember correctly, so that maybe is a little bit of a boost for them. You know, we saw with Decoy a couple of weeks ago. They looked a little bit out of sorts. Super D showed up, and that ship started
To
going
sell.
along.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and he didn't even do any damage.
And to confirm what you were talking about, yeah, Baby Shark Do is a rostered player, so he's not a name change. He's just not here.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Now YouTube done went over to YouTube to check it out. I see. No, so we're gonna do to answer your question, Snake. We're gonna do YouTube and Twitch simultaneously all the time going forward. Because we may have to use YouTube solely, kind of like we had to earlier for the EU finals. There could be occasions where we can only stream on YouTube. So we need to kind of build it up, right? I've never spent a lot of time building my YouTube following up. I mean, I think we're sitting at 127 subscribers, where I've got like 1,800 or 2,000 on Twitch. So there's a pretty big gap. I need to spend some time, you know, developing that a little bit. And it's really simple, right? I just hit live and I'm on both, you know? So it's kind of one of those things where
YouTube is
why
also
not?
a lot better for going back and watching content.
It
Like
is.
by a mile, right? Like
It's also
way,
going to
way
make
better.
it extremely easy for me because I always upload my streams, my comp matches to YouTube, right? So before I had to record while I stream. So I have this hugacious external hard drive that I record all this stuff to, where now I don't even have to do that. I just hit live and it's automatically saved on YouTube. So that's pretty nice. But either way, here we go. We're launching, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, so on the side of 4CAD, we have two ISMs, Batch Hat Leopard 1, Object 430, T100 LT and Disturb, and on the side of Con King, Kronwagen IS7, Action 10, Leopard 1, and 3 430s. So I kind of lead me to believe that King is going to King Khan. I think I'm just gonna call him King Khan.
Yeah,
Not a
King
bad
Kong.
name,
That's
actually.
pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. But I have a feeling that they're gonna go somewhere fast. Try to get his DPM pumping because I don't see 430s working ridges, right? I feel like
Even
they
though
got to
they're
be in
going
your
to.
face, making it happen. We will
Their
see.
plan might to
Only
be just go over here.
Only 1,900 on the 430. That is low.
Yeah, yeah.
What do you get on a CS? 2,000?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
They're-
way they're doing that.
Yes, they
They're
are.
doing it. They're doing old school 6-line, baby.
They are. They
They're
are
doing
indeed.
old school 6-line. They got to keep driving. One guy got tracked. They got to get in this dip before they get absolutely farmed. The problem with the only thing I don't like, I like the aggression. I like the play. Every time you focus out heavy tanks first, it doesn't always seem to work out well.
Somebody died.
Yeah,
The
the light
T100. Yep.
Yeah, that's not a good loss, but that's definitely good for King Kong here.
Some decent
Doing a lot.
push.
Hey, this guy's doing a lot better with IS-7 armor than he was 260.
He is.
He definitely is. Oh, and I just jinxed him. I gotta keep my mouth shut sometimes. I feel like I jinx these people, man. Nice pin by War Daddy.
He does
right through
go
the
in.
Tracks. Irishman's right on this guy's pooper. Ooh, double pin right out of there. They didn't get the whack attack down.
He
They
was get the
does
whack.
on the
Yeah,
boot.
yeah.
Yeah, he did. They got him though. Now you got a batch at how much shots this batch at got? That's 1.
He might have a full clip here.
That's 2. That's 3.
I don't know if he gets it off though. He's
Yes. That's 4. Yes, he does.
yeah, he got all
He's
4.
in reload. No, he got all 5.
Oh, okay. I missed the 5th. Okay. Well,
Hold on, maybe he only had 4.
I would
But either
like to
way, nobody
say
died.
I would like to say that one buck could bring this back in the stir, but it's just not going to happen. Good pin out of the Kron. I couldn't see because all the trees. Everybody's invisible through the trees. King coming out ramming, and they are going to take Proc 2-0 over 4CAD here.
I mean, honestly, like it. the other thing is I can tell, just by the numbers and the stuff that was going on, is that King also seemed to win the other side when they were trying to shoot in. It looked like they won that. They killed the light tank, right? The other 430 from 4K, not a lot of damage. IS-7, you got what you got. Batch had only able to pin a few shots. That IS-7 stayed alive a long time, so even though, the Priest only got 2 pins, he probably could have got more, and you can critique that if you want, but the reality is he stayed alive a lot longer than he should and bought his team a lot more time to do a lot more damage.
He did,
He just didn't necessarily really didn't take as good as opportunity as to it, but everybody on 4Cat getting in there, the 2 guys that got focused first still got a couple pins in. One even got 3 out of an IS-7, so that's pretty big, and everybody else doing what they needed to do. You got, Tank Ace, 4 kills, 35. That's a solid game. The other 430 Irishman, not able to kill him with the bat chat. He made him pay for it. So, good game out of King right there. Kong.
King Kong.
Yep.
We'll move on to the next map. Let's see.
Hey, we're going to
Taco.
make another King Kong movie. I like those movies. They're not great, but they're solid.
I seen you put something. You spent 2 months and 9 hours watching Newton. Ain't that something?
Who, me?
Taco. Yep, 2 months. Vader with the sub from Prime Gaming.
Oh.
Thank you, Vader.
Thanks, man.
Welcome in, brother.
Vader, another good guy. Yeah, Vader hasn't been around. I tried to get Vader to play robots, so I did one day. So.
Wow.
Tried, though. Tried.
Wow, Vader. Wow.
Try with Metal. Metal lasted 2 days. Metal's nicer, so I got an extra day out of him.
I mean, if it makes y'all feel any better, I lasted about 30 minutes.
Yeah, that was to be expected.
I mean, it just reminded me too
after
much
all
of
that
a game I've
carrying
already
I did
played.
for you Immortal Rivals before I quit too. I figured it was going to be more than 30
Okay.
minutes, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you act like I wasn't carrying, I know. Whooping on that front, man. Whooping.
I really enjoy Marvel Rivals for some weird reason.
I don't know. I just those whole Overwatch system games, the losing in that is like the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Well,
it's
it reminds me of what console, right? You go into a public lobby.
no, it's not.
You lose.
There's a huge difference to me because the thing about tanks, right, is that I can always get mine. Right, like even if I go somewhere and I know my team didn't take good positions and I'm fighting for a position I really want, you're going to have to kill me, right? When I play Mortal Rivals, if the guy behind me doesn't want to heal my Doctor Strange because he just can't see his TV, I can't get mine.
That's true.
Right? I am relying on somebody else just to get mine, and I don't like that feeling, because I'm also the type of person that I don't play with people because I think they're good, at the game. I play with people because I think they're good company, right? So that's a compliment to everybody I play with or I have played with, right? Like if I play with you, if I invite you, I think you're good company, I think you're a good person. I don't care if you're good at the game, right? And part of that reason of why I don't care if you're good at the game is because I know I'm going to get mine, right? You know what I'm saying? So that takes it away from that, where I felt like Rivals, if we were ever going to become good, I'm going to get stuck playing with some guy I don't like because he's good at the game. That's what's going to happen,
Looks
it is
like
what it is.
Khan is going to come up with something here. They're cooking. They're taking
They're
their
cooking
time.
hard, man. That 6-line, kind of half one-line push, I liked it.
Yeah, been a while since I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think
It's nice to see both these teams, also complimenting. Like you might say this is only a 5th place match, but let's be real. Everybody, how many people are below 5th, 6th place? A lot more than the people above them.
Yeah.
And knowing these guys, I think for both these clans that this is a step in the right direction. I think they like King Kong here out of this is early yet, right? So it might be a little bit jumping the gun. But out of 2 of these 3 streams, including this one, obviously, in that statement, they have looked better than they did in the past to me.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I mean, I was
so-
going to say that. Like, we've been back, right, for, what is this, 8 weeks, 9 weeks now, streaming comp. And I have noticed pretty well in every stream, all these teams seem to be playing better, right? Like, I don't know if they just went back to the drawing board, maybe went and watched old comp streams, right? Learned some strats, but they seem to be playing better. They're more organized. Seems like focus fire's a little better. Pin ratios might be a little higher. But strats, I've really seen a lot of these teams, like, it looks like they're running a strat. Like they go in knowing what they want to do, maybe even doing some lineup reading, changing some things up on the fly. I just think overall teams are playing better compared to what they were, say, a year ago when we kind of took a break. Which I think is cool. I think it's really cool. It's unfortunate the leader of my team, abandoned his team, and we just can't play
I
without
abandoned
him.
anybody. You guys abandoned me.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Yeah. I put in my ears, man. The thing is, it's the game. I'm not as. You guys got to remember, I played the game for so long. I'm getting older. I'm not as good as I used to be at the game, right? Not that I'm stupider, right, or like that, but like I'm not mechanically as good. Like back in the, when I first started playing tanks, I could pop a ridge, look across the map, and hit somebody most of the time, right? Old man Tubbs doesn't do that anymore, It's just so like it's frustrating for me to play when I know I used to be better at something. I don't know if that makes sense. Where like opposed to me going and playing a new game, I don't know how good I was at that game 10 years ago, right?
Yeah, true. I guess.
So,
Yeah, I see. Your point.
Even though it might not be a big difference, or I'm sure, outside looking in, I'm still pretty decent. Not to toot my own horn, but I'm sure I would still be pretty decent. I would never be a detriment, I think, to any pub team I was on, right?
Yeah.
But it's just it's frustrating, in a way. And they kept changing things, like the marks were this, and then the marks were that, and this. And I was like, I never really cared about any of that. But like when I came back to the game, the marks were really hard, and I wasn't opposed to that. I actually thought it always should be that way. I thought way too many people had 3 marks that, I felt like that guy probably shouldn't even have that, right? Like in the back of my head. But then they kind of like went back to making them easier, and it's like little things like that egg me in a weird way.
Well, shout out to Wakonso, and I guess I should say Wargaming in general, because World of Tanks PC is the same way. But I gotta be honest, man. I've played a lot of different games, and World of Tanks is really one that I can always go back to. And for me, anyway,
100%.
Well, but like for me, one big reason is I feel like I always have something I need to accomplish. Like I can go accomplish something. Like Marks hooked me. Marks hooked a lot of people. I think this game would be substantially different if they didn't have a marking system.
Yeah, maybe to a certain degree. I mean, the other flip side of that, if they never put the marking system on PC and people didn't, put together that there was kind of a marking system, maybe it's not a big deal either, right?
True.
But, it all depends. But either way, on the side of King here, we got Kronwagen IS-7 IS-4, Centurion Action 10, 45T M62 100LT, and on the side of 4CAD, Object 260, 2 IS-7s, Leopard 1, 45T, T100LT, and a Grill 15. Centauro picks I kind of like. I actually like that tank. I really like playing that tank in pub matches. I'll say I think getting the IS-7 and Centauro really actually kept me playing the game there for a little bit. But we'll see this 260. If he puts up another donut, don't bring it back out again.
I don't know how I feel about 4CAD's spot
this is
here.
What I don't get about this 260. Like, this is like the 260's only thing it brings as a heavy tank is the speed. Period. It doesn't have more armor. It doesn't have better DPM. It doesn't have better shell pan. It doesn't have any of those, right? Like, it doesn't have a crazy gun, right? It's a decent gun, better than you would think for a Russian head, but nothing crazy. So I don't know why like you would put a 260 there over a Super Conqueror, right? For example, like I don't get it, But to each their own. Sometimes the comparability thing, you can kind of weird, but I've always felt, even when I felt like the E100 got power nerfed, I always felt comfortable in like I was gonna whoop on people in it. So sometimes it's a mental thing too, Just like playing with people, sometimes you feel more confident the person to the left of you play better,
Yeah, I mean, it is worth noting it's the same guy in the 260, so maybe he just is confident in that tank and not the I-7. I mean, we just don't know.
We got a little bit of a light tank standoff when they don't even realize they're doing a standoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. So we'll see if 4CAD's light tank wants to creep on this cap. I believe he will. Now, before he gets on this cap, 4CAD really should go in there and take E4, push down to F5, right? They want to be on that hill kind of where Fresh Dog is on the opposite side, right? Don't let the team, because if they get on this cap and they don't take that, Fresh Dog's just going to drive up the ramp and spot them, right? So, but I guess maybe I spoke too soon because he is not going for the cap yet. They do have the Kronvog and True Bullet Leg spotted across the map. I guess that's one
It's
buck
the
popping now.
yeah, it's the Centauro
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah. But that also, you know, that's a double spot, even though the other guy's not spotted. Now you know there's a guy there. Now, to be fair, when you start this match, you know there's going to be a guy there, right? So, yeah, that's a pretty... It's a hard spot to work, but, you know, I've seen some good players do some nasty things in that place.
4Cat's T100 is going down the spot that's bottom. I don't know what they're going to do with this information. They do have an IS-4 that's playing the rock. I think a lot of people might see that spot and think he might be a free kill, but I don't think he's as free kill as some people would think. I think getting there is dangerous, right? If the attacking teams come into the south, but once you're there, I think that's a pretty good position. We've seen somebody else do that.
Well, he's also there because he's, you know, if they start to play A, he can run up to the hill.
For sure.
I don't know if an IS-4 is the best for that little. We used to call it the pub spot, but over there like G6.
Yeah,
right. We used to call it the pub spot. Yeah, but.
Yeah,
I
this
don't
is a
think
great spot.
the IS-4 speed and everything is the best, but a Leopard, we got a little bit of a bleed onto a Leopard. Looks like Whack Attack just gave him one little IS-7 love. It actually looks like gave him a little bit of IS-7 HG love.
These IS-7s...
Unless Fresh Dog hit him.
And Fresh Dog might have. It looks like that's a high
Might
possibility.
have been Fresh Dog. Oh, here we go. Okay, so
I like this.
Yeah, if they go where Fresh Dog is and get cap pressure on, this is going to force King to do a few things I don't think they want to do. Right?
I don't think they're doing what we think we needed them to do. They're
One of them.
definitely
It's
not.
only got to be one of them. He's going.
And kinda.
Yeah. Oh, he did a Kronwagen? Did he get a clip out of this?
He ate it from the Action 10 from Michigan Boomer.
Yeah, but I was thinking maybe the guy was going to move up, but he didn't.
Yeah, they really kind of needed to push that one IS-7. I mean, I wouldn't have been mad to see both IS-7s go forward and then get the light tank on. Light tank and cap.
This is okay. This is okay. You know, if the play is to lure them in, keep the light tank on, like, lure somebody to come spot it, take the IS-7s on cap, jump that guy, kill him real quick so he can't spot the light tank, right? Just immediately get into his
This
face.
Grill was looking for a
2v1
shot
him.
and he bounced.
Oh, here we go. We got King pushing. On the other side. They're going to have a tough time getting one buck out. One buck. Start shooting the guys that are literally next to you, man. Let's go. Oh, they got the light tank spotted. Okay. Whack Attack's taking some damage there.
The Grill got his gun in the game. Yeah, that could prove to be a problem for Khan here if these IS-7s live long enough in the middle. Yeah, he got him out quick.
Yeah, I mean, you're just in no man's land. Like, where Michigan Boomer is, this is just no man's land, right? What I mean by that
Probably
is
about to take one from the Leopard and the Grill.
There's no escape without death, usually. Yeah. It's unfortunate, but they had to kind of do it to cap. Like, King not putting a guy up there to kind of spot that cap A is a glaring hole. Oh, Fresh Dog!
Fresh Dog killed himself.
Fresh Dog down!
He's out of the game. There's no way back out of that.
Fresh Dog down.
Yeah, so I
Can he
mean,
get back up here?
No, there's no way back out of that.
He went right into that hole. To be fair, I don't think it mattered.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like
They're
4CAD
up,
was going to clean this up.
Yep.
So they'll go around, get this Kronwagen out. I mean, they can't ignore Fresh Dog, right? At the end of the day, he's on the defense team. So they're just going to have to peek him on this other side when they get this Kron out, get him killed. And I don't know if they're just going to go for the cap and leave the other two guys or what their plan is here, but it looks like that might be the play.
He came whipping around that thing and just went whoop right in.
Yeah, he's just kind of parked there too. It's got to have like it puts a feeling in your stomach where you're like, damn, I'm out of it, you know? So he might be able to get a shot off on the grill when the grill comes around. He does. I mean, you know, hey, and the grill missed. So meanwhile, on the other side, they've come around. They're going to push these two heavies. Or, well, I'm sorry, a heavy and a medium, the IS4 and Centauro.
Why does it not say how many people on cap? Why does it say 0 out of 3?
I don't know. I've noticed that that's been a
What
bug.
is that?
I think they got a reset. I thought they were going to get this cap before they got a...
They will. Nobody's reset the light tank at all.
Yeah, they got them reset.
No, not the light tank.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, they got the
Yeah, the light
7.
tank's not reset. I mean, you know, they could reset this guy, but like if they reset him, they're only gonna get like an extra second or two, if that. They ain't gonna get nothing now. They got shot in the face. But the cheesesteak, man, you know.
Good round for 4CAD. I feel like they went into that with a plan and they executed it.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I actually feel like that was more of a bad round for King. You know, not to take anything away from 4CAD, like they played it slow. I mean, they played it, you know, at the right speed. I felt like, right, but I still think that 260 where it was, I don't like. I think it took them a while to really get those IS7s there. I think they could have did that sooner. They gave King a little bit.
He
a little
actually
bit
only
of
did
time
147 damage with his kill.
Yeah, well, that's all you need. You know?
Yeah.
But they also really didn't. They didn't go into the 260s gun either, to be fair. But you know, like King also had the opportunity to kind of get the IS7 or rotate the Kronwagen in or around. Like they had opportunities to take that spot, right? Because 4CAD didn't really rush it. So, you know, but 2-1 to King. You know, I felt like that was a little bit of a better round to them, but you know, 4CAD capitalized on it, which is kind of makes it a good round for them. So, you know, kind of eating my words in a little bit. But see how this one goes. I feel like this is a big match in this. Like this round right here is pretty big. You know, this is gonna kind of be like 4CAD can win this and say, okay, Proc wasn't our map, whatever. We can beat them on everything else. Look what we just did. Right? Or King can win this and say last game was a hiccup 3-1 and wipe him out, right? I feel like this is a pretty big round.
Yeah, no, it's a gigantic game for 4CAD. They're down 2-1. They get this round. They're tied 2-2. What you said is 100% true. They can chalk it up as a bad map and move on. It helps for morale for sure. And the same could be said for King too. They could take this back here, go up 3-1, and chalk up the last round as just a bad round for themselves. So it's a big round for either team, especially for the morale level of the team. Let's see. Let me catch up on chat. King Louie in the house. What up, King Louie?
Big Lou.
Tankadelphia, dude. Vader, when are you guys going to stream some POV gameplay? Yeah, we've been talking about that for a couple weeks. I think we're just going to put the money where our mouths are and do it next week. How about that? Actually, I have been looking forward to playing the game. I'll tell you, for me, it's really just been because I've been busy the last couple weeks. Like last week, just weather out the wazoo. And then, I'm doing a garden this year, like a pretty good sized garden. So it's like taking a lot of my time. And it's like spring, right? So my grass is growing. I'm a bazillion miles an hour, and I feel like I have to mow it like twice a week, or it just looks like complete donkey doo-doo. So I don't know. I'm just
got tornadoes rolling in.
Yeah, man, tornadoes. It's just been wild, right? So I just really haven't had the best time or the right timing for it. But we can make it happen next week for sure. I'm kind of looking forward to it, to be honest with you.
We're gonna have well, as far as this tournament goes, we're gonna have what?
Yeah, so next week we
We'll
got
have
NA
some.
left. EU's over. Yeah. I think they might have another.
Congratulations to 1F or Sheep Team 6 or they're calling them able to win.
Actually,
I'm
I'm
win
wrong.
this afternoon. EU champs. EU champs.
EU2, they're like second group. Their finals is next week, so we'll have them to stream. So we will have an EU match next week, and then this week NA2's championship was actually yesterday. I believe Tank Killer streamed that. So if y'all want to look up Tank Killer on Twitch, it was between. This is crazy. I'm not making it up. UX Can and US Can in the championship match.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah. Tank Killer streamed that. I think UX Can. Oh, guess I better not spoil it if anybody doesn't know. But either way, you can go watch that on his channel, his VOD. I don't know if he does a YouTube, but maybe somebody in chat will know. So then next week we'll have the NA1 championship. Currently Decoy's there tonight. Actually, right now, Beaver is streaming the Sheep Team 6 versus V Velocity game, which is the semifinal. So the winner of that will move on to the finals next week to play Decoy. And then we'll just kind of have to see how that all gets chalked up next week for what we stream.
Yep.
But either way, great.
Yeah, try to throw views. If you're a guy even listening to us. If you don't follow Tank Killer, go give him views. There's a lot that goes into this.
It is.
I think a lot more than people. I mean, I've said it the whole time. There's a lot more that goes into this. Somebody's got to make all the rules, right? All these teams got to show up. The streamers got to show up to do this. So, little things like that. Take you 2 seconds, help people out.
It is. There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes for everybody, not just the streamers, but the tournament coordinators, the moderators. Dave GM, I mean, that guy's got his plate stacked full.
Yeah, it's a lot. He doesn't always have the most help, but he does a lot. Doesn't always get the credit for it. All these thumbnails and all these things you see going, and all these streamers and all these schedules and all these chats and everything. He's the man behind.
I can't speak for everybody, but I can speak for myself, Beaver and Hella. He is producing our thumbnails for YouTube every match.
Which is a huge,
It's a big deal. He makes all the graphics for all the different things, for all the different channels. Like, it's a lot,
and he's got to listen every time somebody's got a problem.
Yeah.
That's probably the toughest. That's probably the toughest part of the job, so to say. I would.
Well, and some people don't realize the value until you don't have it, right? A lot of you guys probably watched when we did the Project Cold War tournament. And I'm going to tell you right now.
The mass. Absolute mass.
Hands down, without a guy like Dave to just completely hold everything together and do it correctly, know what it's, go through all the growing pains for all the years, learn all the lessons, and have everything set up great. What a complete disaster that tournament was without a Dave.
It almost made me quit the game.
It really did, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's tough because, for me, I've played this game and I've already gone through it. I've gone through the tournaments that didn't make sense, the rules that didn't make sense, nobody running it, the people running their own tournaments, Wargaming doing it, this guy doing it, and the reality is that ever since this Discord has been set up, there's been a constant one place you can go play in tournaments all the time. They're listed. You get plenty of reparation. The rules are always different. There's as much variety as they can give you as much as they can give you as far as this. Obviously everybody would probably want flags moved and things like that, but you got to make with what you got. I think they're doing a pretty good job about that. But right onto this round. Cut off whatever I'm saying. We'll go right back into the action on 4CAD here. We got 2E5s, 279E. Interesting to see where that goes. IS-7 Leopard 1, Centauro 45T, Grill 15, and left side of King, Supercon, Kronvog, and 3 IS-7s, Leopard 1, and a Manicore. For the first time since we've been back, we see the Manicore.
I like it. I like the Manicore on
I know Fresh Dog's
Arctic.
big on the Manicore. Talking to Fresh Dog, he really that's his jam. Right? That's one of his jams, so let's see if we can make it work. Right now, spotting the IS-7's helping. Hopefully, if we can keep the IS-7 down, maybe he can move these IS-7s unspotted.
Yeah, no, Manicore's a great tank on Arctic. I've always been an advocate for it on attack. On defense, a little different. Defense, I feel like the T-100 is the way to go. Or no light tank at all. But either way, what I was going to say is I'm a little disappointed in Con King here. King Con? They have a team flag in the game, and they are not rocking it. But Fresh Dog is rocking their flag, so he better get his people in line.
Well, we have a flag, too. You guys never rocked it, so I don't really get where you're going with this.
Well, okay. I guess we talk shit about all of us then.
Yeah.
Either way, shout out. A little bit of a shot going into him. Who shot him?
The leopard in the corner.
Oh, okay. I'm an idiot. I'm blind. He's over here farming.
Now, shout out to 2015 Immortals who all did rock the flag.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Really threw me under the bus.
We rocked those things for years.
Big shot going into Michigan Boomer on the bottom side of the 279E here.
The thing is, they're going to the 4CAD trap because these guys, Pony and the other guy, are going to turn around and go, hey,
100%.
Thanks for going for him. Especially with that leopard being able to put in a couple of shots. But that's also the thing. If that's a bad chat, probably at least gets 3 pins. Right?
Yeah,
plenty
yeah.
time to reload. So I don't, wise, Now on the flip side of that, the Leopard is way more accurate. Does have the heat. Leopard, IS-7 sideways is easier for Leopard to hit in between the tracks and pin him. We got Fresh Dog on the cab.
I see what King did here. I don't hate it. It is breakable,
Well,
but I don't
it's
hate
all
it.
the money on that they can't spot Fresh Dog.
Right.
That, you're playing, one hand here, right? All in, so to say. But it is a strong hand.
It is. I would have liked to have seen him maybe if they were going to do this.
I would like to see his tank the other way.
Well, not only that, but if they knew they were going to do this off the rip, maybe swap one of the IS-7s for something with gun depression, and you can just sit here and beat on this guy.
They
Ooh,
gotta
big shots
come up
going
anyway.
into the grill from 4K.
Yeah, Cheesy just ate a little bit. His name Cheesy?
Philly cheesesteak, yeah.
Well, it's not cheesy. Yeah, I don't know, man. There's too much onions on those steaks.
Oh, and he's on fire.
Oh, fire! That's huge. That is huge. Oh, and another day, they
They're
smell
gonna get
blood.
him.
Here they come. 30 seconds left on the clock.
It was good timing for them because 4K was on a flank.
Well, 4Cat really should have taken the 2E5s.
Oh, and they blew his top at the end of that.
IS-7.
What a
Yeah, it don't
exclamation point on that. Like, light him on fire, then pop his top. Good shots going into con for 4Cat here. 4Cat's on the reload.
Close. They got Fresh Dog lit. Fresh Dog takes one shot.
Yeah, I mean, it's not over for 4Cat here. It's just not.
No. King is not in good positions right now. These IS-7s are dead. And now, it's not only these IS-7s dead, but now that card is gone, and Fresh Dog is got nothing to do right now. Right now, on the flip side, Irish has got to just sit here and pump. He's got to pump damage, and he's being covered by somebody, and he's eating more damage.
He ate it in the
given.
face too. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why the CS was just better, because you kind of get those ricochets off the turret. Michigan Boomer's kind of in no man's land. This is kind of just completely flipped. Now, on the other side, they really could have easily won this game by sending one IS-7 up and just leaving another IS-7 on cap. 4Cat would have never got there if there was another guy on cap. The game would have ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have ended. They also could have taken one of the IS-7 and just put him in front of Fresh Dog. Game would have ended.
I mean, looking at this, they're going to probably take their only option and go south here and try to see if they can pull something off. But I mean, there's a 3,000 hit point advantage, a little over a 3,000 hit point advantage, and a tank.
Yeah, you can make that up though in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be kind of hard.
They're also, I mean, you look, okay, like it's 3,000, but the grill's got 200 health. You kill that grill, you're up a tank. Right? So, oh no, you're not.
No,
Never
you're
mind.
even, yeah.
You're even. Yeah, okay, that does make it a lot worse. Forget about what I just said. We'll clip that out. A Michigan Boomer trying to make it happen. Now, this is kind of where I don't think you want to play this flag, because this 279E on this hill is going to be nasty.
It's not going to be pinned.
It's going to be nasty. Now, the only problem from one buck is he is looking completely the wrong way. So, hopefully he figure. Oh, he's getting. Oh,
see, that's going to be his problem. Irishman's still up there. He can't really turn. He needs his team to get up to keep Michigan Boomer from shooting him in the ass. Is what he needs.
Well, his ass is actually the other way.
He's still taking shots from this Leopard. He's got to get out of there.
Nah, you don't.
I don't know. I think Irishman's got a pretty decent shot here. It's just that Buck gives it to him.
They just really need, like, all 4Cat has got to do is this
He's
Leopard.
still pinning him. He's got to go.
This comic guy from the Leopard really should just move up and kill Michigan Boomer.
Yeah, I mean, that is true.
I don't know if Fresh Dog would spot him, though. This is kind of turning out like kind of the first proc. I kind of thought it was probably over, and now all of a sudden, it's not. This Manicore becoming a problem. Oh, here comes the Leopard. Oh, he spotted right away. No shots. They shot the other way. Oh, that's huge. They could have. This guy should be dead.
Oh no, and he
he might be.
Yeah, he just did the thing. Oh no, he didn't. No, he didn't.
He's good. No, it's not like the other one.
From the angle I was looking, I thought he went down the main.
Oh,
Good
Fresh Dog,
shot,
yeah, yeah.
good shot. They were able to finally get the
Odd Buck.
Irishman up there, which is what they really needed. Now Buck is able to get his tank into the game.
Fresh Dog's got to just get off the cap and reset.
Wow, down to
himself.
2 hit
Oh,
points.
okay,
That's
okay.
unfortunate
Well,
for
listen,
Forcad.
two's all you need to cap a base.
That's what I said. It's unfortunate for Forcad.
Yeah.
And they're just getting kind of farmed here. They need to be really careful.
Oh, that was a bad play by Pony. That's no reason to do that. No reason to be looking to shoot those tanks at this time. Oh, Michigan Boomer down. Would have liked to see him turn a little bit sideways, but I think this might be okay.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's got that much health is kind of the deal breaker
Good
for him here.
shot. Good shot.
Now, Forcad really just doesn't have to do anything. Just got to sit here. I mean, I guess the E5 could push, but I don't know if I'd push the Super Conqueror, man. You get that gun singing, and by the time he gets there, he could be a one-shot. Not to mention a Kronvog and slow that. If I was Forcad, I'd stay parked. And
No, that guy
Buck decided to just
not
stop.
moving anymore. He'll be parked.
Yeah, he's parked. So
I'm surprised he
now
got that.
I would
Some good
definitely
shots
stay
coming out of
parked.
these guys though this match.
Yeah.
Good shots.
I mean, I know it might make for a boring minute and 20 seconds, but it is definitely the smart play to take for Forcad.
Yeah, 100%.
Those are 2 really toxic tanks to push, hold down like that. I know this Centauro's coming around. This is fine as long as the E5 stays and keeps his health. And really, he didn't quite get the shot in, but I was gonna say he could actually do
Wasn't
some
even
good
close.
damage here. Yeah. I don't think the play is for this guy to go up. He'll probably eat one from this leopard. Explosive comet back there. I think he's going to take the bait and eat it in the side from the leopard. Does he get the shot in? The leopard does not get the shot in. I don't know that the leopard could. Is he like... I don't think he got out of the hole.
He knows what the situation is, and it's not
He's just
worth
kind of
it.
holding his health, yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth it, you know.
Not
Like
the
you
worst
also
play.
never know ammo racks fires, you know. It's just
Yeah.
stay in the hole.
Yeah, well, look, like we were
Cheesesteak
saying.
said, "I want that money."
I know, yeah.
He went for it.
Well, it's like we were
Well,
saying
we
at the
got
beginning. This is a big round for Forcad. Really big round. This
Yeah,
guy's
even
finally
though,
going to
like-
go off in the water. I don't know if he did it on purpose or an accident.
Wow, that is loud.
It's super duper loud.
No need for that. But either way, the cheesesteak man, hungry until the end, was pumping. 53 is a lot in a comp match. $1, even though his team didn't really help him with that one angle, he's managed to do just under 26 and do not take away the spotting damage that he has.
Oh, 3,800 block, too.
Yeah. That doesn't even count tracks, and he's got 4 of them, so keep that in mind. So that's a big
True.
game out of those 2 top guys. And also, we're going to say 3 top guys because the other guy killed 4 people and did, almost 2,400. So chalk it up, it's a pretty solid top 3 right there. And on the side of King, Fresh Dog's not really there to do damage. I just think they need to just keep one IS-7 on the cap. I really thought Forcat threw the match by trying to flank the other way. Once I saw them go that other way, I was like, wow, this can be really over quick. But they did have enough time. They did. Obviously, they won. Give it to what it is. But I think both good showings out of these teams. I think this is the best, regardless of who wins. I think this is the best I've seen both of these guys. And I don't mean that like in a disrespectful way. I mean that as a compliment.
Yeah, no, 100%. It was a really good round for both teams. But it's like I was saying, man, I really feel like all these teams are just playing better. Like,
the mistakes, well, from what I view as mistakes, are drastically down. Well, I won't say drastically. They are down.
100%.
Where I felt like, a couple of years ago, if I streamed the 4-cat King match, I could point out a lot of, well, you probably should have did this and this and that. This is kind of like, well, you maybe could have did this better, but it's not bad, So
Yeah, I'm really happy.
like that 6-line push on Proc, man. Ooh, that was nice. That was nice. We needed some of that, I like the crazy strats in the beginning. Let the other guy know, you're nuts. I'll do something out of the box. Anyway, we'll move on to steps 2-2 here, tied up.
Tied up, man. And
Tied
look,
up.
that
Now the
was a
question is,
huge
do you
map.
give the advantage to 4CAD here because you feel like Arctic region is more of a kind of closer to steps map, or do you give the advantage to King and you feel like Proc is more closer to steps?
I'm not real sure. Based on what I've seen so far, I really feel like tank picks might become a factor in this map. 4CAD has been
maybe.
running that 260, and it hadn't really been working.
I do feel like the Arctic region using the caps, playing the clock, 4CAD looked a little bit better, and I feel like steps is like that, right?
I think they've just been playing really close. As far as how the game could go, it's went back and forth on every round, and tank picks could become a factor here. I think the 260 is probably more usable here versus Arctic, but at the same time, it's like nothing it's going to do on this map is better than the IS-7. Nothing. So I don't know. I'd be interested to know if that's that guy's. If he just doesn't have the IS-7, or if he just is better in the 260. I know back in the day, a lot of people thought that thing they would work it in like a speed strat, but it's just not even what they're doing with it either.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only use I ever gotten out of it was, you put mediums behind it and you just shove a heavy tank into other mediums and let your mediums, kill them and then take that spot. Like for example, mines going down the first line, right? You can take a 260, hop them up, push them, boom, right? You're throwing a heavy tank in front of, a batch that doesn't have tremendous pin, right? But once you kind of got the CS and in play and, it just doesn't have it because if you're in a heavy tank, you just pin its upper plate coming in. Unlike yes, it does have angles, but for whatever reason, man, that thing is like you just Swiss cheese, poof, poof. It just eats it.
Yeah.
It just eats it. No.
Yeah, it's crazy that tank hasn't ever really got a buff. Somebody in chat can correct me. I'm pretty sure it has received no balancing in the last probably 5-ish years.
I don't know.
I don't think
feel
it
like
has.
It got a buff, maybe. I don't know. I mean, they're not always big. The unfortunate thing is just older premium tanks tend to get power creeped.
Yeah.
Like I'll tell you something. Back in the day, you know what was a beast? Super Persian. Absolute monster.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute monster. 260 pin. People didn't know to shoot the binoculars or whatever you want to call it up top. It was a monster.
They did get rid of the 260 lineup here.
They did.
Yeah.
Although he might just be switching out equipment or something and putting it back up.
No, they got 7 up.
Interesting to see Fresh Dog not in the light tank. He's usually a light tank player. They're going with Michigan Boomer here.
I like 4CAD's lineup more just because King played a 277 and I'm not real sure what it's going to do on defense that an I7 can't do.
Yeah, I'm a bias to the IS7.
I am too.
Right?
Yeah.
Like when I played the IS7, I feel like it's such a strong tank because you can really spot, take away a spot, very hard to kill, okay damage coming out. It's a very tough tank to just get rid of.
It is.
And the other thing that really I think gets overlooked is that, you can move in an IS-7. It's not the slowest tank in the world. So, to get back to your team on a map like this, you can kind of pull it off in an IS-7 most times.
All right, we're ready to rock and roll here. Let's see what these teams cook up on steps.
Yeah, so we got on the side of King here, we got 2 Super Conks, Object 277, IS-7, Leopard 1, AMX 13105, and a Grow 15. And on the side of 4CAD, we have 2 IS-7s, Bad Chat, 2 Leopard 1s, T100 LT, and a Grow 15. It's a big round. 2-2. This ain't do or die for either team. feel like them even it up, but we'll see. A little bit of light tank switch on King. Michigan Boomer taking over the light tank role.
I will say for 4CAD, they have to be really careful with these mediums playing like this. King Khan does have a light tank. They got to keep that in mind. They get lit out in this field. Oh, big spots coming out of the T100 for 4CAD.
Yeah, they spotted him too.
Yeah, but he got 4 tanks lit. That's big knowledge.
Oh, we got 4? Oh,
4 tanks lit.
The other side. How is the grill spotted?
I'm not real sure. I'm too far away, but it looked like he caught him when he was going over a hill. Yeah, so big knowledge.
I think
that was good.
4CAD's play here was if 2 over tracks were going the other way, make it happen.
Oh Lord, they're pushing. Michigan Boomers set up to get this here.
As soon as they saw 2 over the tracks, they're coming. Michigan Boomer spotted. He does spot the batch hat. The batch hat, spotting a batch hat does not tell you that everybody's behind him.
Yeah. And 4CAD did the right thing. They've kind of kept these guys back a little bit. He is keeping those heavies across the tracks lit. That is really good for them. I like to see that. Because at this point, Khan doesn't have any idea that this is happening.
That's his job. But what we used to do is we used to keep somebody with the light tank, like a batch hat or something, so when they do come in over the tracks, they eat it.
For sure.
Fresh Dog does take one in his leopard.
Good shots.
Oh, Michigan Boomer trying to spot the guy that shot him really eats it. And unfortunately, when you have 1,400 health, you cannot eat it. Going over that hill was so risky. Oh, he got away with it.
Yeah, he could have died
Oh,
there.
that was so risky. Now, the thing is here is that if 4CAD gets on the cap right now and keeps these heavy tanks lit, I really would like to see 4CAD just send another guy with the light tank. But either way, if they get this cap pressure, these 2 tanks on, they don't even have to put 2 on, honestly. I always like to do 1. I don't like the leopard on the bottom either from 4CAD, but either way, this is tough because King had to really reel back. And the advantage that you have here is that you should, when a team is going to this B cap, bleed them. They have to go in the open at some time. It is impossible to get
Michigan
where they
Boomer
are
might get lit
without
out
going
here.
in the open. Yeah.
Oh no!
They only took 1 from the light. See, that's what I'm saying. You need somebody else to kind of hit him going over that hill. Michigan Boomer on the flank. I thought you were talking about the light tanker shot the other guy. So, but oh, I think Daddy's tracked on the top, and Daddy's going down.
Yeah, he was eating it on the top.
Yeah, he came back to get a pin. He really.
Michigan Boomer's lit on the back end. He does not know the grill is sitting there.
Mr. Irishman is getting double leopard, cheesesteak, and viper. Just giving him the double business. Now, to Mr. Irishman's credit, he is giving them the business too, but it will not be enough when this IS-7 comes over the hill.
Yeah, I'm not real sure. I don't know. I think those guys pushed a little too premature, but it worked. They made it work. A couple guys going down in the middle there.
That's a huge kill
top
on
pop.
4CAD, that guy going down. Michigan Boomer now coming. This is the thing about the leopard. You ain't bouncing any of those shots. Dead. If Michigan Boomer gets out of here, they can win the... I don't know what Fresh Dog's doing here. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why they're pushing this when the guy's not in reload. That's a big misplay. That is a big misplay.
Yeah,
they just need to pump the brakes or send a 277
Grill
front.
missed his shot on the light
There was
tank.
no reason to go from him. There was no reason to go for him. Not to mention Mick Lovin's almost dead. They needed to just get out of there and play the cap.
This IS-7's in bad shape for 4CAD.
Oh, he got him. He did get it from great shot by the grill.
Oh man, this light tank's got to
Lovin's
get his gun singing.
Yeah, the light tank gun singing doesn't sing very loudly.
I know, but he's got to get it singing. I know he's getting in there. This is close. I hate to say it, but it really is. If this light tank can stay alive...
Why would you hate to say that? 100% close.
He ate a shot he did not need to eat, though. I don't know, man. And the grill came up. The grill's now in death territory. I don't know.
He can't eat this. He can't eat this. They have to go at the same time. Oh, they're not even looking at him. What are they doing?
Oh, is he going to get a free kill on the whack attack here? He did.
100%.
Oh,
he should have killed
missed.
the grill. Oh, the grill missed. Mick Lovin with a big miss.
Can he get him? He did get him.
Oh,
missed the
he
ram.
missed him. Well, I mean,
wow.
I kind of felt like 4-cat threw that game, and then I really felt like that leopard from King doing what he did kind of threw it, and then I kind of felt like Michigan Boomer brought it back.
I know it went back and forth multiple times
really,
there.
really close match. But on the side of 4-cat I, 7-1 killed 33, T100 LT. It wasn't loud singing, but it was loud enough, right? 1 kill, 2750. That's a lot of damage at him.
100%.
Bad Chat able to get some damage in there. Everybody from 4-cat really getting some damage in. The unfortunate thing is that Mr. Irishman and Tank War Daddy, I know they got rushed in the whack attack and then back, but you gotta get
More than one pin.
You look at these matches, you gotta kind of get 1 or 2 more pins, guys. You know, like this first Super Conquer that goes down 1 or 2, but the next one you gotta get 2 to 4, right? Like you gotta get more damage out than that. And if you look at what they won by, little things like that make a difference. You know, I always felt like the heavy tanks that get YOLO'd get kind of in a weird way, the unsung heroes, right? They're not going to get the credit. They're kind of like the offensive linemen. They ain't going to get credit for who they blocked. They ain't going to get credit for how big the hole was or how long it took to move them, right? But it's important, you know? It's very, very important.
It
At
is.
least in my book.
Yeah, I mean, 1 extra pin out of each of those guys could have turned that game completely around.
100%.
And then the one tank that I was worried about was one of their best performing tanks with 3K. So we'll get going on the next side here. They got side swap. King's gonna have to come up and cook something. I mean, they're now down for the first time in this series, 3-2 for 4CAD.
I know you're gonna get this late, Scully, but to answer your question, he's been playing World of Tanks PC.
Yeah.
I believe I talked to him about 2 to 3 weeks ago. Yeah, so nothing like nothing crazy, like anything's wrong or anything, you know. But he's John Man Archer. He's a little nuts, so he hops around. You know.
He's more than a little nuts.
Well, you know, he's not here to defend himself, so I'm not gonna say that.
Look, I don't know if any of you else,
We're all nuts. Everybody who plays this game is nuts.
I don't
Let's
really
be
know.
real, man.
I don't really know what just left my mouth. Any of you else? And anyway, I don't know if any of you guys in chat agree with me here, and maybe you've never heard it and it's about to pop in your head and you'll never be able to like forget it. But John Man Archer is like the identical European version of MGK. Am I wrong?
No,
I mean,
but he
that
doesn't
dude.
have the tattoos. He doesn't have the tattoos.
If you just look at the neck up, well, I don't guess you can say the neck because MGK's. So if you look at the chin up, that is.
It's close.
It is
It's pretty
insane
close.
how close it is. And they're both stupidly tall. You know, very fit, small, right? White hair.
John's not small.
Well, no, he's tall and big, but like he's skinny and fit and healthy, right? Like I'm telling you, it is scary how similar looking those two dudes are. It's crazy.
John Man Archer's got some basketball moves, man.
I know, I've
Might
seen
not
some
tell you,
videos.
but I've seen some videos of him doing some little like. Now, to be fair, okay, he's playing against British people,
Yeah.
right, on a basketball court, and he's 6'8".
Yeah,
But to his credit, he moved a lot better than I thought he would, right? But there were some people in that video. I was like, maybe this guy shouldn't even be on this court.
Yeah.
Yeah. But either way, you
Yeah.
know, he's got some moves, you know.
Dunking on kids is
Good at
dunking on
basketball,
kids.
and he's good at having a guitar he can't play too.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, John's always been a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I like
Nothing
John.
but good things about him.
John-
Also, you know, at least I could joke around with him.
John Man Archer's the reason I ended up in Immortals.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think the reason why you end up in Immortals is because
Wow.
some guy lets you in.
Obviously, but John Man Archer's the guy that came after me, okay?
Oh yeah.
Noodle, we have to have you. If you don't join Immortals, is gonna fall. I think that's the way that conversation went.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Either way, these guys have got tanks up. We're ready to go. This has been a great match. Look, we advertised it to you guys. We told you. We thought that this was gonna be good, and it is. That's why.
Well, once you get down to the, you know, the bitter bones of the playoffs, so to speak, they're close.
They
At
are.
least, you know, teams don't end up in around the same spot because they're not close in skill usually. You know.
A lot of people sleep on the fact that it's a 5th place decider, but look, at the end of the day, I mean, I've been in 5th place.
Prizes and pride, man. You know.
I've been in 5th place multiple times. You know, our last run out as Immortals, I think we got like 7th. You know, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Not with me playing.
Well, you know.
Speak for yourself. I ain't going in there and getting no 7th place. But either way, on the side of 4K, we have a Super Conic E5 i7 Bad Chat 245 T's and Grove 15, and on the side of King, we have a Super Conic Object 277 2 IS7s, Leopard 1, 13105, and a Falk 155.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that
whatever you
Foch.
call it.
Yeah, the Foch, I don't know. The Foch is an oddball for me here. I know it's got a big gun, but man.
I don't know. I think if they put it underneath the tracks in the back, it can cook.
I mean, maybe, yeah. I don't know. I just feel like the grill's better, you know? If you're going to run a TD, we'll see. I've criticized tanks before, and they prove me wrong, kind of like last game. Good spot out of Michigan Boomer. They know that there's an IS-7 over there. What they don't know is if they just didn't spot one or if it's just the solo. So that's for them to figure out.
Yep.
It's not out of the ordinary to spot. Okay, well, it is kind of out of the ordinary to watch him come across the cap.
He's getting lucky.
Yeah, he got extremely
pretty lucky right there.
He only ate one.
He
I mean,
could be dead.
And
he could be dead.
And they let 4Cad's I7 get into the position for free.
And probably shoot this guy.
Unfortunately, he did it while he was lit. I mean, I guess he had to, if that's what he was going to do. He couldn't wait, but they know he's there, so.
Well, this is the thing I'm talking about. The 4CAD that I remember never looked like, hey, we're gonna push this guy out, get an IS-7 in a spot. Like, this is rocking and rolling, right?
Right. They're battling.
This is rocking and rolling. Well, this is what you need.
Actually, I know there's some 4CAD people in chat, so somebody tell me, who is their caller? Because I legitimately do not know. Yeah, somebody fill me in on that one. King's going to look to make a push here for the track still, it looks like. I mean, if they were paying attention, well, I don't guess they know if it was just a solo IS-7 though, but they know one at least isn't over the tracks. So they're about to maybe get this for free.
Ooh, nice shot. Nice shot. This cheesesteak guy is cooking, man. He's cooking tonight.
Is he the one that shot McLevore here?
No, he's the one who shot, yeah, McLovin. Oh, you call him McLevore. I call him McLovin.
Oh, okay. Hey, got him again.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why he's playing with, like, you get burned, you put your hand back on the stove, it's still hot.
Oh, this guy's got to be really careful. He was, wow, to get pinned from an IS-7 like that. I don't know. Did he get to the side of his turret?
About this, they're giving them the whole other side. Now, the thing about this, King, you don't need everybody over there. They gave it to you, right? You know?
This guy's...
To King's credit, they got the Foch holding the back. That's not terrible for him. He's
big
holding
shot
that back
out
line
of...
with the Leopard.
Who is the so Philly cheesesteak is in the grill. He got a good shot into the IS-7 here for King.
He's cooking, man. That's already 3 pins for him. And if you look at King's health, that's, you know,
it's a big deal.
Also damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, so far, yes.
They're starting to get some shots in on this guy.
You know, 4CAT's still eating damage. Like, there's no reason that guy should have ate damage right there, in my opinion. That's just poking for no reason when you spot it, right? Like, there you go again, poking for no reason when you spot it. They're not on the cap.
Yeah, you don't have to poke that.
Like, what are you looking for?
I mean, I think they're trying to get shots in on this IS-7, but it's just not necessary.
That's all fine and dandy, but like, you're poking a ridge spotted, and they have 2 angles on you. Somebody died.
Oh, on the back. King pushed. No,
he pushed right into the.
He pushed right into the Foch.
Yeah. Well, the thing that's nice about that spot that's interesting when I started thinking about him, when I saw him there, is that's kind of a spot where he could clip back up, probably get reloaded before they get to him again. Now, not having a turret, that might not necessarily matter, right? But that is a lot of damage he crossed in an open field. And you have to hit the Fosh's weak spot to pin him.
Yeah,
You're not,
100%.
as far as the TD goes, armor-wise, it is very pinnable in certain spots, but you can't just go on a move and pin like you can a Leopard, for example, right? You have to aim. You have to hit that, Cupola and that Cupola.
Oh my
bar
goodness,
thing.
these guys are just feeding the health.
Yeah,
I feel like we're in a position where Forecat is just kind of giving this one away.
so far, yes, but it is not over.
No, I mean we've
The
learned
problem
that
is
the whole
that
night.
King is doing a great job of kind of surrounding, Forecat, like the $1 push was terrible, and these guys just donating their health to bad pokes is just not what you want, And it's both of them too, so.
And ironically enough,
Now
the
on
time
the-
where they
now-
wouldn't poke, you
now
know.
on the flip side of the weird side of this, right, is that until they kill this IS-7, they are not capping A.
Well, they can actually, the time they're not poking, they could be getting damage in on the size 7.
Yes. He's still poking. Like,
Forecat's got to be careful on this backside too. What did I miss with the Fosh? The Fosh is a one shot. Did the Bad Shack clip him, or I completely
I have
missed whatever
no
this
idea.
happened. I don't
He
know
must
how.
have. When he moved, he must have got clipped.
Wow, I was not
But
watching.
he's gonna die.
He's dead. Oh my!
Oh wow. Okay.
I missed.
Don't
I
see
apologize.
exactly what happened, but I can tell you that was not the play.
Yeah,
Right.
we missed it, but he's dead.
Comet needs to chill out here. Chill out, man. You're not even loaded. Keep him spot. Okay, great. Okay, you did. Doing a good job. Mr. Irishman really just needed. He's in a bad spot. He's all alone. And this IS-7 from Forecat is giving this other guy the business. Kind of got fights everywhere. It looks like they're going to go for Irishman, which is correct play. King's got to get this IS-7 out. I just don't think they can. Not quite sure what Michigan Boomer is doing. He's going across the field. Irishman is dead. Michigan Boomer just going across the field. Spotted. Billy Cheese finally missing a shot.
Yeah, and I mean, we're back into a position where I just criticized Forecat for kind of throwing it away, and then here we are. The same could also be said here. I don't know.
I mean, I don't hate the thing. I just don't think the Fosh needs to move until he really knows it's safe.
Yeah, and I hate
It's kind of jumping the gun.
I hate that I missed what happened. I don't know what happened to him originally. I mean, it had to be the bad chat. I just don't know what. They're gonna go in on the size 7 here for Forecad. I mean, it's kind of the only play they have left.
Well, they kind of needed, I think, to do this way earlier when they had that, because like with the Fosh and the other guy there, they had the backside covered, so they weren't going to be shot. Like now, this bad check can shoot Michigan Boomer all day long, right?
Big shot into Michigan Boomer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they had the coverage on the size 7. I'm not going to say his name. I really wish his name was different.
That is what it is.
Because I've almost
think
said
it's
it like
funny.
4 times.
I think it's funny.
Yeah.
But
So another good round for Forecad
Not
here.
over.
No, it's not. But this is going to be. I don't really see a path to victory here for Colin.
nah, not with them all these tracks.
No, I mean, they could try to make something happen. I just don't see it. They've lost. I think the grill just hit this guy with HE. That's he had
Might
to
have.
have. He did. He hit him for 88.
Comet looks like he's coming over here to finish off this super conk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, at this point,
All she
Forecad's
wrote.
just going to kind of circle around and get these guys out of here and take the victory on steps. I don't know. It was looking really. King played it well at the beginning. I thought was getting a lot. I mean, a ton of bleeding on Forecad. And then
Yeah, I mean, really, all King had, I to be honest with you, King needed to kill that eye. Like, they needed to just
yeah, get the I7
get
in
that
the middle.
IS-7 out, take the loss, put the light tank on the cab, play it old school, right? They had the tracks. They
You know
were going
what?
to have, A3. They already had the back. I don't see them being able to, like, the thing was, Forecat tried to push into Fosh, found out real like found out right away that that's not the way to do it, right? They lost the tank doing it, but then the
Mhm.
Foch pushed into them and lost his tank. So
You
a
know
little
what
bit of
could have
misplays both
happened?
ways.
Now that I look back on it and where he was, they might have been moving that Foch to get shots on the I-7 from 4CAD, and he got lit, and the Bat Chat clipped him. I bet
Yeah,
you that's
possible.
what. I bet that's what happened. So, Khan was maybe making the correct play. It's just, Foch got lit, gets clipped. I bet that's what took place.
Yeah, but you could also, like, he didn't have to go that way to go that way.
Right.
He could have backed up and went to, like, I used to tell people all the time, like you played for me. I used to tell people all the time, if you have two options, and one is to get to the same spot 10 seconds later, but 100% safe, wait to 10 seconds, man. Like, what? Like, why are you going to take a risk for 10 seconds of losing your tank? But it's also natural to do that, right? It's also natural to say, okay, you want me to go here? Well, I'm going to go the quickest way. That's natural, so, but.
Yeah, good game to 4CAD.
Yeah. They kind of was a throw and a back to a throw on that one.
This guy, Explosive Comment, had a great game. 5 kills, 3474 damage, 11 pins out of 12 shots fired in the Bat Chat. It's a pretty good game for him.
Great game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like 4CAD went down, right? And they just kind of flipped a switch and turned it on. They've been kind of playing pretty decent, ever since that first proc match.
MGK never recovered from his donkey attack on Eminem.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Oh, and I see your comment about whatever takes to pull Megan.
But the donkey attack on Eminem is what made MGK famous.
I don't know. He was really famous. Yeah.
But he went from that point all the way up.
It did help him. I have to agree.
He went
I
from
think
that
it helped
point,
him.
and then he started doing rock and roll, and
which he was
covers
pretty
and
good
this and
at.
that.
He was pretty good at it.
You got to remember is that anytime, like, there's an old saying, bad publicity is still better than no publicity, right? And the thing is that even if you look bad, like let's say MGK looked bad at attacking Eminem, everybody was still looking at him, right? So.
Yeah, and the Megan Fox thing.
Dude, she looks like a robot, man.
Yeah, nowadays she does.
Dude,
that movie that she was in? Yeah.
Dude, she is the best robot actress on the planet. She plays a robot like a robot, man.
Yeah, it was spot on. I give her credit. I don't know if they did like CGI or anything to make it look like, but I think that's how she actually looks.
She looks like a robot, and dude, she is like a human robot, man.
Yeah, it was a good movie. She played that role really.
It was
really
okay.
Well.
It was
I liked
nothing crazy. I'm not taking heat.
I mean, I'm probably not gonna go watch it again, but I enjoyed watching it.
But it was good. It was good.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
But she made that movie good. I've never really watched Megan Fox movies. I think it was really kind of like the first one I ever watched.
Well, her last big one was probably the Transformers, right?
Yeah, I'm never really into that.
But I think that was like prime Megan Fox.
I'm into the robots.
Yeah, but I think that was prime Megan Fox, man. Like that's when she, like, not only looked the best, but in the public eye, she was doing a lot of good things, right? Ever since she got with MGK, we've just heard a lot of craziness, man. Drinking blood and all this other weird crap. I don't know about them two anymore.
Well, I don't know, man. I grew up and Diddy was the guy. He don't look like the guy now.
Oh, no, he's looking like a guy. That's for sure. Either way, we're ready to rock and roll. Get us off of that crazy subject.
Yeah, either way, on the side of King, we got a VZ55. First time we've seen that in a little bit.
Yeah, it has been.
Conks, Bad Chat, Leopard 1, T100 LT, and a Sturb. And on the side of 4CAD, 2 I7s, Bad Chat, 2 Leopard 1s, T100 LT, and a Grove 15. And this is do or die for King here.
For King, yeah, this is match point.
Yeah.
We're up 4-2 for 4CAD. We'll see how they play this here. A few different ways you can do Muro, as everybody knows. We've seen some wild stuff this go around with these rolls. Looks like for sure 4CAD's going out. They might have a guy not playing. Is he not playing?
No, they're all moving.
Oh, okay. I thought he was just sitting still.
Old Xbox.
Yeah. King's set up pretty decent to defend this. I don't know about.
It's a lot of weight on Fresh Dog.
Yeah.
This strat, 100%. You know, this is the thing. It's a tougher thing than I think people realize to go down the 6th line and know where you're going, because when you do it, and I did it once because the guy that we do it doesn't there. When you kind of get to like E5 and E6, you kind of don't know where you are when you're driving because everything looks the same. It's all just trees and all these buildings, right? You know, and you kind of have to keep as many buildings you can to your right and immediately go to the bush that you're pretty sure he's in. Way tougher to do.
What I like to do is I always would
like.
come up through this church and just kind of ride this tree line all the way as close as I can, keeping this building between me and that bush, and then I would just kind of pop out like right here. You'd spot that guy, and then you could generally use this building here to get yourself a little safe from the people that they put on the K line. Doesn't always work the way you want it, but that's the safest route I've always found to do it. I've seen a lot of people try to come in like the 6-7 line, this other road, and that play generally does not work because Fresh Dog spots that light tank really early, or medium, whoever it is. And it looks like we're going to get to see.
But the thing is, if you get spotted coming down the line, you know where he is.
Okay, so he's not going to make the play yet. He's just kind of going to peek around this other side of the map.
What's this light tank doing?
Yeah, I thought he was going to go on and he
The
might
back
be
attack.
coming. See, the route he's taking now, if he's actually coming for the Fresh Dog, which I don't guess he is. I think he's just trying to play around, spot people on the hill, which isn't bad.
Ooh, that should have pinned.
Yeah, he got him in the track there.
Ooh.
Yeah, they dedicated a
That
lot of
tells you
people
there's
to that.
at least 3 tanks out there, though.
It's good knowledge to know.
Well, I guess you could say, oh, it's a bad shot, but that's at least 2 tanks you would know, because one was boom boom.
Yeah, pretty
They
standard
did
so
allow
far.
4Cat to get this IS-7 down on the bottom. Did not overlook that. That's pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just same kind of thing as it was on Arctic Region for King here. You got a really good card and you're playing it, but I don't know. There ain't too much left. You know, after that, I don't think.
I mean, what it's going to come down to is if Fresh Dog can stay in this game.
4Cat's really got to get somebody to C1, another tank or 2 on this side. Get a guy at C1. Get a guy over there at C3. You're letting King just completely work this ridge, unspotted.
They're also
You need
spending
to have
a lot
tank.
of time
You gotta spot these tanks on this ridge. You cannot let them be ready to do this.
here.
I do not like this.
I don't think he can. He's playing this very narrow. The one spot he can set. This is dangerous. A good team would know
Where
that's,
he is.
that's the only spot he can be. Now, whether
It's
or not.
still, even if you know it, being able
It's
to
hard to
walk
hit.
through your scope and hit it is a completely different ball game. Oh, Fresh Dog kind
Oh,
of jumping
no.
the gun. You didn't need to do that right away. You had plenty of time on the clock.
He might
Like,
get
you
out.
want to let your team blind fire at least. It looks like he is going to get out.
Yeah, but he can't get back in. I mean, he could, but it's going to be very hard. So that hurts him bad, and he doesn't really have the health to YOLO in. This is going to be tight for King. If he can ride that one line to get in, kind of how 4Cat had to ride the one line to get in too. Good
Nice.
blind fire.
Nice.
And see, that's all
Now
they
just
needed to
gotta
do.
Get back in the bush and chill.
And for everybody watching, just remember, if you know that they have a light tank there or anything they're spotting, if you follow this one line where you have this bush in between you and them, you can get on cap. But you know exactly where they're at. Practice blind firing, that's all. All right, so they've kind of turned this around a little bit. I was really nervous for King after that Fresh Dog light, but now, oh man,
Oh,
great
nice.
punish. Yeah, they've really
Nice.
turned this around. I mean, I'd say we're kind of neck and neck at this point. If anything, you got to give the advantage to King because they don't have to cap that flag.
Yeah, but they also needed Fresh Dog to stay close enough where he could stop. You know, don't get it twisted. This light tank is not dead.
No, it's still a very
Like
powerful
he is
tool.
not dead. And now that Fresh Dog is moved out, if
He should already be
gotta try.
tempting this. Yeah. He should already be
should be
trying to.
tempting.
Yeah. They
soon.
don't
I
have
mean,
the
I
time.
understand. You know, right away, chill it out. See. Hey, we're playing the other side. You want me back on the cap? I get it. But this is his jam. I really don't think Fresh Dog should have moved. I don't know if there's blind fires getting close to him and he kind of panicked, but what are these pings?
I don't even see any pings.
Oh, I see some weird pings of. I think they want to try to go from E6 to F5 to G4.
I just seen my first ping and it was G1. I'm pretty sure I see king pings. And you're seeing their ping, which is interesting.
Well, realistically, their ping should be light tank, get back on the cap.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're not moving, so whatever pings are going on are not contributing. Now I just see a spam of G4. Ooh,
Pony's
Pony.
gonna get it here. He's gonna get it here from this Sturve, man.
Tank Daddy shouldn't even have ate that. He shouldn't have his turret looking to his own team. Oh, I guess the IS-7's over there. Okay, I'll take that back. Never mind.
Yeah, making
Got
that
Pony
route.
up a little bit. I mean, I would like to see Pony more down on the map, so to say, but this is okay. Time's ticking, man. Just get on this cap. Like, 4Cat doesn't have enough time now to go to the other side of the map.
No, they don't. They
Okay?
have
like,
to
they
go.
don't. They do not. So, like, I don't... TikTok, man, there you go. I wouldn't even mind him seeing backing up Pony and just throwing him in front of him.
They've got to be ready for them to send Fresh Dog in, though. They, like...
Yeah, but he's a 2-tap, 1-tap. Like, this is a 2-tap, 1-tap. You know?
Fresh Dog's
and
hit
he
really
spotted
early.
right there.
Really early.
IS-7's got to hit this shot. Pony's got to hit this shot.
I'd like to see this light tank get off the cap.
Why did Pony not shoot him?
This light tank should have got
They're
off the
not
cap.
pinning him. They're missing and not pinning him. This is nuts. Oh, they finally got him. Got it. They have to kill the light tank. King's got to kill the light tank.
Oh, Pony goes
The
down the middle.
IS-7 doesn't matter. The IS-7 doesn't matter now.
This could go either way still, though, is what's crazy.
Nah. This is. Oh, why are they putting the other guy? The other guy needs to do damage, not get on the cap.
I think they're going to even try to get a third, but he got
They-
lit.
this
Oh,
is
he
not
might get
the
his light
play.
tank shot. Oh, that was close.
I do not like this play from the IS-7. This is unnecessary. He needs to be there to hit whoever's going to come YOLOing
I think he's
down.
trying to come in. I see what he's doing. I just don't agree
Yeah,
with
he's trying to take the spot from Pony and really block. They got to get the spat. They got to get the spat. They got to get the spat. Got to get the bat. Got to get the bat.
Oh, they got him
gotta
all
get the bat.
lit. Oh,
Got
he
him.
got the kill on him. That is not good for 4CAD.
Oh,
That is just not good.
no.
The grill is too far away. They don't have the people to cap this flag.
The thing is that, I get the Leopard, right? But they could have just taken a bat chat and moved him up and left the IS-7 where he was. The IS-7 can still shoot that bat chat he killed from where he was.
I know.
Right?
I see what they tried to
don't-
do. I just don't like the execution
I
of
just
it.
didn't get it. Oh, they're 1 second late.
Wow.
Oh, it's not even a second. It's a half a second.
Yeah, it's like a half. Yeah. They're not going to get it.
It's not even a half. Maybe they do get it. The clock is caught up to it. What is this?
How
Am I
did the clock?
seeing things?
How did it catch you? I know it was clicking faster. That-
I know for a fact it was.
That might be something somebody needs to look into. I just want to throw that out there. That clock was ticking faster than the game clock. Interesting. Good
It seems
round.
to be like it rounded down.
Yeah, it was weird. I was watching
Like it went from where I was it was 14 on the game clock, and then it was 14, 13, then
I
it was
know.
13, and then it was 13, 13.
Yeah,
Right?
it was
Well,
ticking
more
faster.
yeah, I was like, What the?
Somebody might want to clip that and have somebody at Wargaming look into that. I've never really noticed it, but we don't really have too many occasions where you need to notice
Where they
it.
match up. I mean,
Yeah.
How would you? Right.
So somebody might want to look into that.
Also, we
thing-
got some free starter packs in the store. I just noticed.
Uh-oh.
Free starter packs in the store.
Good game out of Tank Ace over there. 34.97. I mean, he was shooting some stuff, right? Ultimately, I really feel like Forcad, it's hard to do. Like, these two teams are playing really similar tonight, but I felt like Forcad was doing well at the start of that. I felt like they were doing well in the middle. And a couple of occasions where I was kind of like, I don't know. And then they kind of brought it back, right? But
I
then
mean,
that
the other thing is Forcad never sent anybody to the
On
other side of the map to
right.
stop them from completely poking, right? Like if you look at that match, like ideally, like let's say they kill that light tank how they did. When those guys are poking over that ridge like that, if you have other guys there or a guy underneath that they need to kill in their spot and the guys at C1, they can't overextend to completely take their time to aim or they're going to eat it. So they're going to be able to do that a few times, but eventually they're dead, right, if they continue to do it. 4Cat at the end of the day allowed them to play that ridge as free as they wanted to.
all day
Right.
long.
Yeah. And if you look at the numbers, okay, well, you can justify, Cheesesteak being out there farming, but the other guys, it's not enough damage considering he was kind of sitting in the same spot, shooting at the same guys the whole time, right? Like, eventually you got to say to yourself, well, I need a new angle.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not doing damage from, like, as far as this game goes, right, unless you're, like, holding and stuff like that, but, like, even when you're playing pub matches, if you're in a spot where you're not doing damage and you are free to move, right, and like, obviously, unless you're waiting for people to cross, like it's, you got a couple seconds before they get there. But if you're in a spot and you're not doing damage and you can move. Like, there's no reason to be there, man. Not everybody. Like, you can hold the angle of one tank, but you don't need 3 tanks to hold an angle. But that's just my 2 cents.
No, I mean, it's 100% true. Like, you hit the nail on the head. I don't know. Maybe they go back and learn from that one. Either way, they've run it back to 4-3 for Forcad. Still a lot on the line, a lot of pressure on Con here. Forcad's 1 away from 5th place.
I mean, back to this Megan Fox thing. I didn't think Megan Fox was in that movie Teeth. I thought that was somebody else. I thought that was the movie from the. I thought that was the lady. I never saw the movie, but I'm pretty sure that was the blonde-headed lady from Invisible Man. Was in the Teeth movie, not Megan Fox.
No, apparently it was. Chat's on it.
But who knows?
And Jake Clue on YouTube. This is the Lotus NA 5th place decider match between Con and 4Cat X. Really need to get a water. I have to get a water. If these guys go to overtime, I gotta get a water. Oh man, big game for Con coming up here.
I'm a vapor, so I always keep a water right next to me.
I feel like they won the side that's probably a little easier to win. I don't know.
I don't know. I think
I like
for
defense.
I think for certain teams on Miro side can be easier, but to say point blank this side is easier in Miro, I don't.
I mean, I guess
so.
yeah, that is a point. Some teams are better on one side than the other. I get it, but
But like Miro's also, both of our comebacks at one time both started on Miro attack.
they did. Just overall speaking, I feel like defense. I could be wrong. Just I'm kind of working off memory here, and we all know how my memory is. But I feel like defense
Not good.
just wins more often than attack, based on all the matches. Yes. Based on all the matches we watch, I think it wins more often than attack. Could be wrong. Could be
I don't
wrong.
know, man. I don't know.
It's not the easiest defense. It's not the. This map isn't easy. Period. Like that's why I like it.
No, I mean you gotta. The thing about this map is that you have wide, long rotations, right? Because wherever you're gonna go, like you're gonna end up going to the 1, or you're gonna end up going to the K line, or you're gonna end up going to both.
Yeah.
So like ideally, like when you attack, you end up wanting, one guy. It's like ideally, one guy on the 1 line, one guy like 2 guys on the 3 line, then you want a guy on the bottom of the K line, then you're going to want a guy looking over the E line, then you want another guy behind the flag to shoot the people on the cat. So, like, in order to set up Miro, right, how I view it as being played, you have to move a lot of parts, and it requires patience, right, which means you need all 7 guys. Not to throw, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is, that is a hard thing to do, man. Because when you play with people who used to pub matches, or you play with the guys I used to play with, some of them are nuts, and they're looking for the damage, looking for the damage. And sometimes they look and they find out that they found the damage, but it wasn't them giving it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends. But either way, on the side of 4Cat, we have an E5 IS7, IS4, Leopard 1, 45T, T100 LT, and a Sturf. And on the side of King, we have 2 Supercongs, Heat 5, IS7, Leopard 1, T100 LT, and a Sturf. So what are we looking at? We're looking at a 4-3 here. So King's still up against the wall, but battling back.
Yeah, let's see what they opt to do here on their attack. They are running a light tank.
Light.
Yeah, see, the setup that they're going for on attack is probably the setup 4Cat should have went with. Maybe not necessarily the same tanks,
I don't think
but
they were okay.
leaving somebody. Oh, he got lit.
Ooh.
I was over here scratching my face. I was moving my camera. Yeah,
But
I mean,
this is the thing. Like, you see King, they got a guy there. They got a guy to cover him. That's immediate crossfire, right? Like, you are not going to kill one of those 2 tanks. Oh, no, what?
So 4Cat has got their light tank playing with their 2 heavy tanks near the bowl, and they've got an IS-4 out here playing the building. He does have some coverage, but yeah.
That's harder to kill than you think, because what he can do, he can go... Oh, he's not at the right building.
Not the right building, no.
Yeah, wrong building, dude. Wrong building.
Yeah, you got to get over
can
here
make
into
that
this one.
work.
You can, as long as they don't take the bottom on you, which they're gonna.
If he's gonna be there, in my opinion, you kind of need a guy at J7, J8, because a guy at J7, J8 can stop them from going around and shooting him in the back. If you're gonna allow them to take J7, J8, they're gonna pop and blow this guy up, right?
And they're
the other
slowly
thing
going.
is that when they pop to shoot the IS-4, these guys that are on, the K line over here, K5, they will get spotted.
These guys are kind of freaking out. They're getting out spotted by a
Oh,
Sturf.
the IS-4 is moving now. Okay. Oh, no. He's moving back. Well, we'll see how this plays out. This will be interesting.
Yeah.
But I would say advantage to King here. The one thing that I don't like that King's not doing is you want to keep a guy up on the kind of ridge, right, on this E line up there, E7, E8, whatever, wherever, right, to shoot when you spot their K line, like where the Leopard is and stuff, right? You want a guy to hit them right on the side, boom, boom, boom. IS-4 makes the play into the good building.
Yeah, and the Leopard from 4Cat got a good shot in on the IS-7. Now he needs to get out of there. They've got a lot of tanks lit. They know they're down there. Now they need to start making some rotations happen. This IS-4 has zero coverage.
I said advantage King, but 4Cat moved the eye. They didn't lose anything. They got the guy out of there. The problem is now, Fresh Token kind of played this cat.
Yeah, he did move into the correct building, huh?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that kind of changes it around for him.
Yeah, unless he doesn't realize he can get shot through the window.
Well, he figured it out then.
Yeah. Well, now he knows. But does he prevent them from doing that? Now, to be fair, in this IS-4's advantage, okay, this is not an easy spot to play and stay alive, okay? You are battling.
Yeah, you're constantly bobbing and weaving. You got a guy on your left. You got guys in your front.
Well,
you don't
Michigan
really know how to turn your
Boomer-
turret. He's getting
Michigan
shot.
Boomer, Yeah, Michigan Boomer's finding out that shooting through that window. Now, ideally, you don't shoot the window from where Michigan Boomer is. You go further up.
Yeah.
Right? You go further up.
They
so you're
are
not
full
spotted.
sending this
This
Sturv.
is not the play. There's no reason to do this. There's no reason to do this, in my opinion. Now, if they kill him, kudos.
I mean, they're going to get
His
him.
light tank is going to make him not go. Okay, you know what? I'm going to take it back.
They're going to kill him.
Yeah. Why? He ain't dead yet.
They need to get him tracked so he doesn't get
He
in the
ain't
hole.
dead yet.
They let him get in the
ground
hole.
attack missed a track shot.
Yeah, I think he's going to get in the hole.
He ain't dead yet.
I mean, they did
The
get him down
leopard
to
is,
one.
though.
Michigan Boomer died.
Yes, he did.
Oh, he's not going to stay in the hole. He's going to come out the
Oh,
other
he's out
side.
there. He's running.
Yeah, I mean, you could have. I mean, he was going to die either way. He could have just stopped in the hole and got another like one pin in. What's happened on the other side? Something's happened to our IS-4.
One shot, and the IS-4 is on 11 health. The IS-4 is on 0.
Yep, something happened to him while I was not looking. I would imagine people shot him, is what happened. Let's see. So King's in a little bit of a good, decent position now. They got to get this light tank on. But this isn't over. 4CAD's got tanks. 4CAD's got a light tank.
I would think 4CAD's in the driver's seat as far as I'm concerned.
They're sending a pretty good position, but King can still pull this back here.
It's the thing is with Miro, like I said, you need tanks to create all these different angles. Now they don't have the 8 line. Now they can't stop them from going down the 6 line. Now they don't have the 3 line. They don't have any of these things, right?
Pushing out
they
into
have
this
the same,
field.
They have 3 guys in 2 grids and 1 guy on the bottom and a guy on cap.
This light tank's throwing his tank away.
Ooh, probably didn't think they were there. Ooh, gets away with it. Get unspotted.
He's about to drive back into the gun.
He needs to get unspotted.
He's
Chill it
driving
out,
back
man.
into the guns.
Chill it out, Mac Attack.
Oh, he's gonna maybe get
Chill
him
it
lit.
out,
He's
Mac.
getting Fresh Dog off. Fresh Dog was trying to get out.
The Mac man.
All
not only
misses.
did he take a one, he shot at him. IS-7's got to hit a shot on this guy. I don't. Scarlet Heart. Whatever. You got to pin a shot there, Scarlet. You got 2 chances.
Oh, Scarlet Hair.
You're there. This is why really we leaned away from putting 2.
Oh,
started putting 2
4CADs
tanks
came
there,
in
not
back here.
IS-7.
They're gonna come into a 2v3 with a leopard
This is no
covering.
reason for
this ain't
this.
even a 2v3. This guy's half health.
Yeah. Well, one of them is half health. It is a 2v3. So, yes, if you're looking at it that way. This guy's
Drove
coming out
across.
sideways.
Yeah.
Like, why? You back up sideways into their gun? Like, nah, man.
Good pins from the
Ammo rack.
leopard in the back,
They're
though.
shooting different people. Like, ooh, what's Super
Philly got
Conqueror
a
in the
good.
back?
Oh,
Super Conqueror
Grill's
going
getting
down
some
in the
shots
back.
in. Or not Grill, but Sturv.
They got to try to get the whack attack. Nice shot. Nice shot.
I mean, I give him credit
Oh,
on that
he's
one.
tracked. He's tracked. Don't drive any further. Okay, good. This guy's playing good. All right, he's coming back. Why are you shooting Capola when he's sideways and tracked? Why?
Yeah, I didn't even see that shot. I looked
What?
over at the IS-7.
Guy is sideways and tracked in an E5 and he tried to shoot his Capola. That's the thing that loses. You know, like, I know I'm critical and I know I probably sound, for lack of a better term, a D-bag when I say things like that, but
You gotta
that's
listen
just
to
things
it,
that
though.
you shouldn't be doing. I don't.
That was a pin that was crazy that it pinned right in the face.
Here comes Common and his Leopard. Playing a good bad chat before.
Whipped a little
Wow, how
e-brake
did that
and
guy
bounced a
track it?
shot. So they're able to get that cleaned up. This is looking really good for them. I mean, I don't know that, I think you can pretty well say this one's over.
Not in this match, I ain't. These teams they go back and forth like weird momentum swings. Ooh, nice shot by Common again. Common's been playing good tonight.
Luck is really healthy coming in here. Just insane that he got that close before he got lit. Gotta love a stir.
Oh, there's a lot of pushing. Well, yeah. Ooh, takes him out.
Down to
Looks
just
like
fresh
it's
dog.
Yep. Fortunately, not the spot you want to be in an LT.
And
That'll
that is
be all
gonna,
she wrote.
yeah, that is gonna wrap it up for 4CAT in a very close. Whoa, I put 54, but we all get the point. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for them.
good match for them. I mean, I would like to see him get maybe a little more damage to Dias for, even though he didn't do damage. It's a tough spot, but everybody else kind of do it. I wasn't crazy about the push in the back, but it did work. So I mean, what do I know?
I was really
I will
worried
say on the
about
side
that.
of King. I would say on the side of the King, Scarlet's got to do more damage in that spot. Period.
Oh wow, I was able to get nothing out, huh?
Yeah, it was good. Irishman, on the other hand, pumping in that match. I don't know how he's doing that much damage or where he was, but I mean, it seemed to me like they were kind of grouped up, so I don't think he was by himself. But good game at Irishman. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but congratulations to 4Cat getting 5th place, and also congratulations to King, getting 6th. I still stick by, what I said. I think they look better this tournament, going in the right direction.
For sure, yeah. No, they look really well. We've streamed them a couple times now. Each time they were better and better, right? 4Cat's kind of the same. I mean, I guess we could say the same about everybody we streamed this season.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Everybody's kind of improved every time we watched them. We've pretty well streamed everybody. I don't know that there is a team that we didn't stream. Maybe on EU, possibly, but I'm pretty
sure there is here.
I don't know. I think we got them all at least once, or I tried to. So if you're watching and we didn't stream you, hit me up. We'll try to get you on the next tournament. But we try to get everybody at least one time. But yeah, congrats to King, or not King, but 4Cat for taking the victory here. They're going to take fifth place, and good tournament for both teams. They finished above a lot of people. I want to thank everybody for coming out. Twitch and YouTube look like we've had some pretty good numbers tonight, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it, guys.
Thanks for all the support. I know we've been back. I think this is the 8th week. So keep telling everybody, let everybody know we're back. I know it's going to take some time. Next week we've got, I think, EU2 finals that we can cover. We have NA championship that we can cover. Real quick, let me just pull it up because I think their game is over. We'll go ahead and look and see who won that tonight, so we'll know what the finals are going to be. And let's see. Sheep Team 6 won 5-1 over Velocity. So next week it'll be yep, next week it'll be a repeat from EU today. Sheep Team 6 versus Decoy in the NA championship.
I would expect a little bit of revenge. I mean, I will say this, playing against Decoy, I don't know why. Maybe server, maybe time, maybe players, whatever the case is. Decoy always plays better on NA than they do EU.
Yeah.
It is way, way harder to knock off Decoy on their own turf, so to say. They've always, like, when I used to play Decoy on EU, I always felt like it was going to be an easier match. I will not lie. I'm not saying I was going to win, but I always felt like it was going to be easier than playing them on NA.
Yeah.
So that will be a good match, right? Even today, even though I think Decoy was a little bit off, it still was a good match. So I would expect a little bit, and on the other flip side of this, if you are Decoy, and I can say this as an NA guy, I can kind of in my head rationalize an EU loss.
Yeah.
Okay? You can't rationalize, losing to EU people on NA. It doesn't work like that, right? So you can get it one way, you can't really get it the other way. So expect that to be a really good game. And hopefully, we can get you guys to tune in here and watch it.
Yeah. Again, want to thank everybody for coming out. Shouts out to Dave GM for throwing these things together, hosting them, getting them together, getting more gaming behind it. So shouts out to that guy. Congrats to 4Cat for taking on 5th place here. And GG's to King. We'll see you on the next one. Everybody, that's going to wrap it up for us tonight. We'll be back next week. Just keep in the Discord. We'll post what we're going to do there for the stream schedule. And be looking for the POV thing, whatever. Somebody called that earlier. Excuse me. Tubbins and I will try to get our stream in next week. We'll post everything there. But Tubbins, like always, thanks for coming out. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. We'll catch you guys later. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you guys next time we're on.
Yep. Everybody have a good night. Talk to y'all later.
Hey, Noodle, let me take him out. Like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes. Then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks cause we on a roll. And we got more rounds in a pot of gold. Catch more shells than Galapagos. No safe landings in a war zone, that's real. Got sauce, no tartar. And I drop bars, that's facts. He got a clan behind him, they diabolic. They always got his back. They'll drop a hater cause clutch kings don't tolerate disrespect. I'm too official like a ref whistle. Move foul, get hit with the tech. My brother Noodle, he #1. He taking over, he blasting off. Y'all clowns ain't going up, y'all stagnant. it, y'all vision flawed. I flip the bird like Tony Hawk. We serving shots and it's on the rock. Noodle stream really one-to-one. If you hate and use a hoe, like a ticking time bomb, we about to blow. And I wipe out the ops like an obstacle. Line them all up like dominoes. Then we watch them all fall like Geronimo. Brain like tanks cause we on a roll. And we got more rounds than a pot of gold. Catch more shells.